Hi, this is Lou to briefly explain why I often award double victory points in the last round of a game. Now, this is a change from olden days, let's say. I used to have scoring only at the end of a game in many cases. It's simple and clean. But contemporaries expect regular, if not constant, feedback. They want to see what they've gained after each turn, and they want to see it in concrete terms. They're not so inclined to see it in analytical terms. They want to see the actual scores. So now I have scoring every turn or every second or third turn. The latter perhaps because it provides a rhythm with when you need to go for it and when you need to wait. And that's part of what makes people good or not so good game players. There's also a question of when to score on a turn, and you can have people score at the end of their own turn, which is common, or if you want to avoid adventurism, let's call it, have the scoring at the end of the entire turn, as in my game Britannia, especially on the last turn of the game. Even if I have scoring at the end of each individual player's turn during most of the game, in the last turn I'll usually have it only at the end of the game so that people won't throw their resources into something knowing that nobody's going to play after them that can bother them. In general, it depends on what you want to encourage or discourage. But what about the double points? Well, games often have arbitrary ends. That is, the designer sets an end, but the activities could have continued. Of course, history always continues. So I think a player who's doing exceptionally well in the last round ought to be rewarded for what he was likely to do if the game continued. I've considered even tripling and even more points, but double seems to make a good difference, and it also encourages players to keep playing for that end bulge, even if they're somewhat behind. If they can get that big bulge at the end, maybe they can catch up and win the game. So doubling the VPs in the last round is a reward for being strong at the end of the game as opposed to earlier. Thanks for listening.